All right, y'all. Well, today was a crazy day. The Bitcoin ETF went live, and Bitcoin's been pumping all day. Ethereum's been trading sideways, not really taking the spotlight. And what I want to do today is I want to talk about how I scalped Ethereum today. And really, the focus of this video is going to be having a plan, having a trading plan, and how I create my plan every day, which will determine how the rest of my trading day goes. This prevents me from entering bad trades. This prevents me from entering trades without a plan. And this basically this is one of the main things that allows me to be a profitable trader. And because I set out to take a certain number of trades and most of them happened exactly as I was hoping, I figured I would take the time to go back in this video and reverse engineer my day in hopes of maybe helping some of you as you are trying to come up with a routine for your trading. Now, people always hear me say, you have to have a plan, you have to have a plan, you have to have a plan. But people are like, what do you mean you have to have a plan? Well, I'm going to go over exactly what I mean by that in this video. But first, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not, because I really do try to produce valuable content when it comes to technical analysis, when it comes to trading, and stuff like that. All right, so let's get into it. So, like I said at the beginning of this video, I spent the day, well, I did trade Bitcoin, but I spent the day also trading Ethereum. And every single day when I come to the charts, I post a trading plan, okay? I post a trading plan, and here in the VIP Discord, yes, I post this for everybody to see, but I also post this for myself, right? This is kind of like my trading journal in here. And every day, I come up with the local levels that I am looking for to trade. So, today, this morning at 8 a.m., I'm like, here are the local levels for the day that I am most interested in trading for Ethereum. And I have 2 support levels and 2 resistance levels. So when I come to my chart every single day, and it just looks like a blank chart, what I do is I fill it in with technical analysis, like this. Wait, not like that, like this, right? This is the TA that I had on my chart this morning, right? And the circles are actually the trades I took. I took a short from this golden pocket, a long from this golden pocket, and a short from this high up here. And I'm still currently in that short, which is up right now about 1%, right? It's a scalp. But, it doesn't look like too much, right? But if we go down to a lower time frame, we can see that these are actually nice scalp trades, right? Especially if you're using some leverage, these can be nice moves, right? This Ethereum short was a nice almost 3% move. This long was a very, very nice 4% move. And then the current short that I'm in is a 1% move, okay? Now, these are levels, these circles were levels I was looking to trade early in this morning, right? I had marked them out on my chart. I wrote them down right here. And then I have my actual trading plans where I post my potential Ethereum scalp trade setups. And this morning, I'm like, these circles are the levels that I will trade if we get our confirmations. And these are the confirmations we're looking for. So we can see that I was looking to trade these levels. Now, the reason I'm going through all this to show you that, I was looking to short here, short here, and long here. If we ever make our way down here, I have to redo my analysis before I determine whether or not I would want to take a long from here. The reason I'm showing you this is because what you need to do, especially if you want to be a scalper or a day trader, somebody who trades full-time during the day, is you need to have a plan going into the day of trading. If you don't sit down at the chart and draw out some levels on a chart like I have here and determine to yourself, okay, if price comes here, then I will look for a short, or if price comes here, then I will look for a long. If you don't have that plan going into it, it's very, very likely that you're going to end up flopping and groping, especially if you're trying to scalp, okay? I'm not talking about swing trading here. I'm talking about scalping or day trading. And the reason is because when you are day trading on a smaller time frame, these moves happen fast. They happen very fast. If we go to the chart here, we can see. Would you have had time? This is the 6-minute time frame, right? Within 6 minutes, half of the trade's already over, right? And then we consolidate a little, and then boom, the trade's over, and then boom, we get that bounce out of there, right? Same with this, right? If you miss this wick, you're pretty much out of luck. So you have to have a plan going into it. So the first thing that you need to do when it comes to having a plan is you have to know how to do your technical analysis. And this is something that is not that difficult to do, right? We're just using Fibonacci, we're using volume, I'm using trend lines here. I'm using just basic support and resistance. Now, if this is something you don't know how to do and you want to learn, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This is my comprehensive trading course that will walk you through everything you need to know step by step in order to basically trade the way I trade. There's currently a 30% discount in the description of this video. You can check out the testimonials here if you want to, where I go over all the technical analysis, how I use my main indicator market cipher, all my different trading strategies for scalping and swing trading, as well as risk management and mindset. So step one is marking out the levels on your chart, okay? Now step two is you can only enter a trade if you get your confirmations, right? Now what are the confirmations that I'm looking for a scalp trade? This is basically the order of operations. By the way, if you want to get into the VIP Discord, where I post my potential trade setups in here, right, my potential scalps, so these are not signals. I'm basically doing everything except putting the spoon in your mouth. I'm pouring the cereal for you. I'm pouring the milk. I'm putting the spoon in your hand. I'm telling you exactly what you want to look for on Market Cipher, exactly what level you want to look for on the chart, but I'm not going to tell you, hey, long now, close the trade now. That's up to you. But, you know, we give the setups hit, boom, we enter the trades, we take the profits, we make the money, right? And we have a thriving community of good traders in here. You can access this Discord by going to patreon.com/JasonCasper. But this was my plan, right? To enter each one of these trades. First, I had to wait for the price to come to that level. Then I had to look for my confirmations on Market Cipher B across multiple time frames. And then for scalping, after I enter, I always take 25% of the profit out of the trade early and move the stop loss to my entry. And then I set limit take profit orders at areas of support and resistance on the chart. Okay, and trading this way is very, very profitable. Scalping this way is very, very profitable. So what are the confirmations that I'm looking for? Well, first I want price to come to my level. Okay, and when price comes to my level, what I want to see is I want to see divergences on Market Cipher B. And so what I'm doing is during the day I'm watching the chart and I'm not freaking out. I'm not FOMO trading. If price starts to pump or if price starts to dump, I don't worry about it. I don't even think about it. I don't feel like I'm missing out, because something important to remember when you're trading is you're never going to miss out, because the markets are always going to be there and they're always going to move. The markets are always going to move. There's always going to be another opportunity. You never want to feel any kind of FOMO, any kind of anxiety when you're trading. You want to be very relaxed. The reason we're so relaxed is because we have a plan. We made the plan early in the morning. We posted the plan in the Discord, at least I did, right? You probably didn't post it in the Discord, but you have it on your chart, and you're very relaxed about it. You're like, you know what? I'm under no pressure today because I have 4 potential trades that I want to take based on my technical analysis. I'm only going to think about entering a trade if price gets to that level. And once price does get to that level, what we're going to do is we're going to look and see, do we have any kind of confirmation or reason to enter the trade? We can see right here that Ethereum put in a higher high, and on Market Cipher B, Ethereum put in a lower high on the momentum. We can also see Market Cipher B put a lower high on the money flow. This is called a bearish divergence. A divergence is when we have price making a higher high and yet money is leaving the asset and momentum is leaving the asset. When we come to a significant level of resistance, like a Fibonacci golden pocket, and we have a bearish divergence like that, that means there's a very high probability that we are going to come down from that level. Even if we go to a higher time frame, like the 12-minute, we can still see that divergence there. Even if we go to a higher time frame, like the 24-minute, we can still see that divergence there. And so we want to look for these divergences across multiple time frames. We go to the 48-minute, we can still see a divergence on the 48-minute. We go to the 1 hour. We can still see a divergence on the 1 hour. Okay, if you are seeing a divergence on multiple time frames like this, the 1 hour, the 48-minute, the 24-minute, the 12-minute, the 6-minute, the 3-minute, right? Let's get down to the 3-minute. We can even see it on the 3-minute. Money flow is coming down, momentum is coming down. We can even see this on the 1 minute. Okay, we're on the 1 minute time frame, as we are literally poking up into our level, what do we see? Even super locally on the 1 minute, momentum coming down, price coming up. This is, in my mind, showing me that there is probably a 95% chance that we are going to reject off of this level, okay? So what I said with my plan when I set out for the day was, look, these are the 4 levels I'm looking to trade. They're the juiciest levels for day trading. And here's my plan for each trade. This is the order of operations. Wait for price to come to that level. Number 2, look for divergences across multiple time frames on market cipher B. So I waited for price to come to my level, trading on here, started to pump. I know like a lot of people FOMO long when price starts to pump, price starts to dump, people FOMO short, but really we're just trading sideways, nothing to see here. And then all of a sudden we get this massive pump, which probably a lot of people tried to long here, because a lot of people, when they don't have a plan and they're trying to scalp, when price pumps, they're like, oh, let me hop in a long real quick to try and ride this pump. And then what happens? Price dumps. And then when price is dumping, people are like, oh, let me hop in a short and try and catch this dump. And then what happens? Price pumps. Instead, if we have a plan, we're trying to predict what's going to happen in the future by marking out those juicy levels of confluence, which we do by doing our technical analysis. Again, the reason these were such juicy levels of confluence is because right up here at the golden pocket, we had a daily level, we had a Fibonacci level, and we had a trend line all in this one spot, right? All in this one spot. Down here for the long, what did we have? We had a value area low, we had a daily open, we had a previous day point of control, and we had a golden pocket. Right up here, what did we have? We had a value area high, we had a chickens drinking water wick, which is one of my favorite trading strategies. And around that same area, we also had a 786 fib level, right? So these are not just random areas on a chart. They're areas where I know there's a lot of support and resistance. And then when we see our confirmations on market cipher like that, then we can say this is a very high probability trade setup, right? A very high probability trade setup. Now, let's take a look at what happened down here at this golden pocket down here. Now, we can see on the higher time frames, we don't really see much we don't really see much confluence here on the higher time frames. But if we come down to the lower time frames, now we can start to see some confirmations here, right? Especially on the 6-minute time frame. We see this big BitBoy green dot, and as soon as we hit that golden pocket, we see our bullish divergence on the 6-minute. We come to the 12-minute, and same deal. As soon as we come down to our level, we see that we are clearly printing the bullish divergence on the 12-minute, right? We come down to the, I wonder if we can even see it on the 18-minute. We can even see it on the 18-minute, where on the 18-minute we're printing a green dot right here. It would have been very hard to see in the moment there, so I'm not even going to look at the 18-minute, but we come down to the 3-minute, and on the 3-minute it just becomes abundantly clear, because when you see on a lower time frame multiple BitBoy green dots like this, and you see the money flow coming up like this, see how the purple waves are getting thinner and thinner and thinner? It's showing you that money is coming into the asset as we dump real down hard into a very significant level of support. This is showing you this is going to be a very, very high probability trade setup. Then we come down to the 1-minute time frame, and we can see just as the price is dumping down, we can see that on the 1-minute time frame, in general, the momentum is coming up, right? Yes, we have the anomaly of this huge wave coming down right here, but we can interpret this through the lens of the higher time frames, right? Through the lens of the 12-minute, which is giving us a very clear divergence, through the lens of the 6-minute, which is giving us a very clear divergence, through the lens of the 3-minute, which is giving us a very clear divergence. We can also interpret that through the 1-minute, okay? And so, again, we're waiting for price to come to our level. We're looking for confirmations across multiple time frames. And then we are taking the trade, right? It really is that simple. And then when price comes up to our chicken drinking wick, what do we see as we come down to that level? For chicken drinking wicks, what I like to see is I like to see the bearish divergences on the 1-minute very clearly, and we do see them very clearly on the 1-minute as we come up to that level. As we are piercing the high, we are getting a bearish divergence on the 1-minute, as well as money flow really coming down on the 1-minute. Okay, that money flow coming down on the 1 minute, if you are getting a chickens drinking water trade setup, that is really going to tip you off that we're gonna come down. The bearish divergence on the 1 minute mixed with the money flow coming down is really going to tip you off. You know, the same thing happened this morning for the Bitcoin scalp that I took, where it was actually a really juicy scalp. I ended up with much more than 29%, but that was just when I locked it in. But I was looking for a potential chicken drinking water trade setup from this wick at 63,100, right? Well, look at what happened here. This is the 1 minute time frame. We came up, we printed a bearish divergence, and we can see money flow coming down. And we had a pretty big drop from that 63,100 level. In fact, let me pull it up on the Bitcoin chart. I'm currently short right now from the naked daily point of control, simply because this is not a chicken drinking water setup, but we very, very clearly had bearish divergences as we came up to this level. But the 63,100 level was right here. Was that right here? No, that was right up here. Okay, so I took this short from up here all the way down to here. A nice almost 3% move. And again, the way that I was able to catch this one was on the 1 minute time frame. When we come up above that level, look at this, right? We can see just so clearly, we put in this massively higher high, coming up above the level that we wanted to short. We come down on market cipher B, and not only that, money flow is coming down. And again, these are trades that I look at in the morning, right before price even gets to these levels, and I say, these are the areas I wanted to short. And so for Bitcoin, I took a short from here, I took a short from this daily, and I took a short, which I'm currently in right now, from this naked daily point of control, because I waited patiently for price to come to those levels, and when I got my confirmations, I entered the trades. And so this is a process that if you want to be a successful day trader, you have to get this down. You have to get down coming up with your plans in the morning, right? And or whenever you want to trade, right? Whether it be in the morning or night, come up with your plans, and then you have to have the patience and the discipline to stick to those plans, to not FOMO into a trade, regardless if price is pumping or dumping. It's interesting, for Bitcoin, I didn't take a single long today, unfortunately, because I never had a good setup. I'm still long on Bitcoin, don't get me wrong. I'm in some massive longs on Bitcoin. These are older pictures here, but this trade right now is up like 1,600% from 41K. And this trade right here is up over 700% right now from 40K. I'm in some really juicy swing longs, okay? I'm in another long on Bitcoin right now from, let's see, it was a few days ago now. It was this thing. I think it was this scalp. No, it was from 59. It was this one right here, guys. It was this one right here. From right about 59K, this trade I'm still currently in right now. So I'm in about 4 swing longs, but I'm not going to enter a long just because price is pumping, right? I'm going to wait for a good setup. And if I'm going to take a short scalp, I'm going to wait for a good setup. And then if you have the patience and the discipline to do that, and if you're using good risk management, then you can really be successful doing this. You know? So yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say for this video. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Again, if you want to take the course, jasoncaspertrading.com. There's a 30% discount. If you want to join the Discord, go to patreon.com/JasonCasper. We really do have a good community in here, y'all. We have a good community in here of people posting their technical analysis in here. You know, good TA like this, right? Shout out to KPAX though. KPAX in here with the really good technical analysis. You know, he really is a good trader. We have a lot of good traders in here. Shout out to Boyan in here. He does some really good technical analysis. Shout out to Bitcoin Air doing some good TA in here as well. White Phoenix doing some good. iDracula doing some good TA up in here. Got a lot of people in here, guys, sharing some TA, sharing their potential trade setups and stuff. Check it out. Check it out. We've got a good community. I think we got the best one in the world, y'all. I think we have the best trading community in the world. All right, God bless everybody, and see you in the next video. Peace.